So today my plan is to have absolutely no plan. I'll be editing an unedited raw picture for the very first time. Trust the process, trust my instincts, and let's see where the process will take us. That was an interesting word salad, but you get the idea, I guess. What? Did they duct tape the phone to the rake? It might just work. I really think you're gonna love this, and let me know down in the comments your thoughts about this editing, and do you like this sort of videos where I do the first time editing. And as always, please share, like, and subscribe. And now let's jump. I meant to say jump. Okay, jump it is. So let's jump right into the editing. So this is an image from a gallery, and it's just out of the camera really. It's default values, and it's a raw image, by the way. And what I like about this is you have this reflection and all these perpendicular straight lines, so I feel that I could do something with it really. So let's see, first let's do some cleaning up before we do anything. So let's remove this writing here, and remove this little text cards there. I'm gonna go and do, I'm not gonna use generative AI, just gonna do proper remove. Okay, let's do this. Beautiful. Let's remove this. Awesome. Let's do here, zoom in, but let's hope it works. It worked pretty well. Okay, so we kind of cleaned up the basics. It's a lot better. I'm gonna leave this for now. Other thing I want to do is just to kind of fix the perspective. It's a little bit off. The easiest way to do that is to go to transform. Let's try auto, and auto is actually a lot better, to an extent that it's almost perfect, but full is better. I was a little bit worried about this part, but now it's a lot better here. It looks really parallel with the edge of the image, and everything looks great. So the image is now really straight, everything corrected in terms of perspective. Okay, other thing I would like to do here, I'm thinking this picture could look great. Oh wow, black and white, look at the difference. Because with black and white, as always, you remove the distraction of colors, and you only elevate this focus on lines, shapes, and textures. So this is really awesome. So let's bring up, as you can see on the histogram, this image is fairly dark, so let's pull up the whites a little bit. Let's see how far, oh wow, how far we can push it so it just doesn't clip. Now it clips here. I don't want to clip. You can see here it shows clipping, so let's move it down so there is no clipping. Oh, this is a lot better. And I feel now it's a little bit, overall it's too bright. Let's see, I don't know, let's pull down the highlight just a notch. And this is great, but I would like this floor, which is sort of mid-tones, to be darker. So I'm gonna pull down the shadows. Oh boy, look at that. But now some of these darks are too dark. I'm gonna pull up the blacks. That's not enough. Okay, so let's undo this. Double click. Okay, so let's be a little bit more subtle. Let's do the other way here. Let's pull down the blacks, and let's pull up the shadows. This is exactly what you see. Huge difference between pulling down the blacks, pulling up the shadows, or other way around. This is exactly what I had in mind. Okay, this is great. The other thing, I'm kind of thinking this bottom is a little bit too bright. It's not overly distracting because there's not a lot going on here, but you still have this reflection, which obviously is great. But I think this bottom is a little bit, it feels like too empty to contribute to the picture, so it makes me wonder if I made this a little bit darker, how would that look? So let's use a mask. I'm gonna do linear mask. So I'm gonna hold down the shift key and just pull it up. That way there is, as if I, because without shift, this is what happens, right? It kind of keeps moving, but if I hold down the shift, it will remain straight, which I really want here because I don't want any angle. Okay. So let's bring just down the exposure for, oh wow, this is great. But let's try something else. Let's try something more subtle. Let's work with shadows, not bad. Blacks. Interesting. Maybe a combination of these. I want to have something dark, but it's something that is not crazy. Yeah, it's not bad. I kind of like it for now, but I want to add another layer, a smaller one, which just focuses here. So let's add another mask, which is going to be linear. Again, holding down the shift, I'm just going to do this here and maybe pull it down below the edge of the image just a little bit. And here I just apply the plain old exposure. There you go. Wow, it looks a lot better. Before and after, it's really, really great. Okay, I kind of like that. So now the next thing I'm thinking to add some further contrast. That's nice. I still think this is too dark, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select that by applying a mask and do some object masking. So here I'm gonna go with the rectangle selection because it makes it a lot easier. Here I'm gonna select this. Beautiful. And let's bring up, yeah, it's kind of, it just reveals just a touch of details, and I really, really like that. And maybe I want to do the same thing with this picture in the back. Let's go objects, select, and again just bring up the shadows. Yeah, it's a lot better, I think. Okay. And I'm thinking about this top here. Obviously it's a white wall. Maybe it's a tad too much. Let's try to add a little bit of a darkness to the top. Let's see how that works. Linear gradient. I'm gonna pull it down, holding down shift, just like we did with the floor. Let's see if this works. And again, I haven't tried this before. I'm just really speculating. This kind of, I'm gonna just push it up just beyond.
Just a reminder that by subscribing to this channel, liking and sharing this video, you will help many other people finding this kind of content, and it is indeed a big deal, and you would also be supporting my work. So thank you so much for your very kind support.
It kind of makes sense. It helps drawing your eyes a little bit. Okay. Now, how about this side? Let's try something on the side. Let's do something on the left. Now, bear in mind, we already had this darkening mask at the bottom, so these two could be too much where they intersect. But let's see first if this has any. Kind of does, and of course I could have applied the vignetting here, but I don't know, to me this is just more nuanced, if you like. But I would still like to, I think there is still that corner is too much. But what I can do is I can subtract. And let's just do a regular linear. It doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm gonna do is just really subtract this bottom one where the effect has already been applied. So now you see this corner is not overly dark. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the right here, linear. Hold down the shift and maybe even again pull it just beyond the boundaries of the image. Shift, okay. Yeah, that's good. And again, I'm gonna do subtract, linear, and just pull it up here slightly. Great. Great. And what I'm thinking, although this area is bright, I don't know, this is just speculating. I'm gonna try to brighten that area a little bit further if I can, but this time I'm gonna do radial gradient. This may or may not work. I'm gonna center it here. I'm gonna pull the feather all the way down and just add a little bit of a white. And I'm watching the histogram here. Now it's clipping. Let's see how far I can push this. I don't know. I kind of like it better without it, so I'm gonna delete this. Okay. However, there is another thing which I'm thinking. I like this box here, this cube, but I think it's just a little bit weak. I don't know why. Let's try something. Let's select this as an object. Okay, this is good, but now you see this floor. Okay, let's see. I just want to make it more contrasty. Just a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of. Just a little bit. I don't know. It kind of. I mean, there could even be a hidden light inside, which kind of brightens this a little bit. For some reason, it makes some sense. Maybe this here. Let's try to subtract that part with using a subtract linear gradient. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know, I kind of like this. Okay. And maybe another thing I want to do, I want to amplify the texture in the floor. So let's add another layer. Linear, again holding down shift. I want to affect not necessarily the entire floor, but maybe most of it. And of course I don't want this cube here, so I'm going to subtract object. I'm just going to select this entire object. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is increase the clarity, maybe even texture, but now it's a little bit too dark. Oh wow, look at this. It's not bad at all. So this is where we started with no masks, and now we kind of here. Perfect. And here we can see the before and the after. So we came quite a long way, and this is by no means a final picture. I will probably continue working on it. I mean, these corners here, the actual corner here is still a little bit too visible. I will probably clean that up and maybe just work a little bit on, in general, this kind of vignetting part, but it's a lot closer to where I want it to be. And yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm planning to do more of these first edits. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, what do you think about this editing. Would you have done something differently? And if you have some ideas, every comment is more than welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that, and see you guys next time. Have a good one.